This is Talking Bullish, your Bradford Bulls fan podcast. And we're your hosts, Alan Raisin and Laura Micklefield.
This week, we'll look back on the Toulouse match, look at the latest Bulls news, and look forward to the London match.
So welcome back to another episode of Talking Bullish. But it's a bit of a sad one this week, isn't it, Laura?
It is. It's hard to keep my spirits up this week, but I'll try for the fans.
Yeah. We had such high expectations of Saturday Night Fever, and to be fair, it was a very close match, would you say?
Yeah, it was. I don't think it was the match we expected. I think the weather played a big part in it as well, just making it kind of a scruffy match and the way it went. But yeah, just really disappointing. I think it was me, like say, forever the pessimist, being too optimistic. And I came home and I remember I was talking to my partner and I said, when you're pessimistic, you don't feel as disappointed because you're expecting it. But when you're optimistic, you see, it hits you more, I think.
Yeah, a pessimist is never disappointed.
Exactly. But I need to go back to my pessimistic ways. I think this is what it's teaching me. And then, we might get some more wins.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, let's go through the game then. So it started off, a bit scruffy. Toulouse started off at 17 minutes with a penalty, which then they scored and went 2 ahead.
Yeah, and it was about 25 minutes when Bradford got a penalty that we opted for the kick to get that back on 2-2. I mean, this was a bit of a controversial one. I know we saw it. And it looked like their fullback went straight in with the leg on Hooley as he was attempting, I don't know if it was attempting a kick.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, for me, I feel like it's one of those, again, when we say if we had a video referee, I'm not sure that maybe should have been a red. I mean, kicking out at somebody, it's obviously no attempt to tackle. You're obviously, if you're catching someone with your foot as they're kicking, I can't see why it was really given as a yellow, to be honest. I thought that would have been a straight red, and I think the fans around kind of thought the same thing. Bit of controversy there, but I mean, we did get a penalty from it and evened up the score to 2-2. But what did you think, Alan?
And we should add he was sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes as well.
He got the yellow.
Yeah. But I looked at it on the highlights as well, and he did clatter into Hooley quite, just as after he kicked. It was quite a clear foul, if you ask me. Not that I'm an expert.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not football. We shouldn't be tackling with the legs here. So yeah, strange one. But I mean, it was sent to the sin bin. I know there obviously was a punishment for the foul play, but thought it was quite lucky to get away with that, seeing as he was the player that caused us the most hassle during the match as well. So, if he had been sent off, it might have been a bit better for us, but no, never mind. But anyway, like we say, got to 2-2 and pretty back and forth for a while, right up until 33 minutes and the first try of the match from Ock. So he managed to score in the corner, but unfortunately the conversion was missed. So that took it to 2-6. So at least we got ahead on that point. But then, we got a last minute penalty in the 39th minute, just before half time, for an offside from Toulouse, which gave us the lead of 8-2 at half time. So, how were you feeling about half time then, Alan?
Well, obviously good to go in ahead, obviously, really. But I think you said that, maybe it was later in the match, that the score didn't reflect the momentum in the game.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt like we weren't making many meters kind of in the first half, but Toulouse really were. And at times where I thought we should kind of be ahead, it seemed like they were, and vice versa. It was a bit of a topsy-turvy match for me. But I mean, obviously strong defensively both sides with just one try in that first half. But yeah, it was slow. I mean, I think you said that as well. It's like the first match we've kind of, I think you've been to where you were kind of like, it seems forever this half. It was very stop-start. I think a lot of it were from the Toulouse players laying on the floor all the time. I think
that was an interesting tactic, wasn't it?
About 3 or 4 times laying on the floor, because I was saying, it's not football, we don't do this. And then I said, like, sorry, Alan, because I know you're a big football fan. But yeah, it's not generally a thing you see in rugby league, and it's not a thing I've seen all season, to be fair. But yeah, there were a lot of Toulouse players like trying to milk penalties, and I know you have to make sure players are safe and all the rest of it, but you can kind of see when they get straight up after it and they've got a penalty and it's like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It did seem like that could be quite a tactic to kind of slow the game down a lot, because they really did. They managed to really slow it down in that first half, I thought. So just a bit frustrating. But it was good to be up at half time. We're feeling like, come on, if we push on, we can do this. But into the second half.
And obviously we do generally perform pretty well in the second half. So I think, I was feeling pretty confident at going into half time. But so
we got into the second half, and Toulouse kicked really long from deep in their half, and it looked like it was going to go out, to be fair, but it was a lovely kick, in all fairness. It stopped just before it went out, and Hooley had to ground it in the in-goal area, conceding a goal line dropout. And the result of that, the next set, was a try from Toulouse, and that was converted to make it 8-8. So it was kind of like that lead we got up in the first half was diminished straight away, which is quite frustrating, because when you look at the try back and when we saw it live, it was so poor, really. Like, I know obviously people just miss tackles, it just happens, but they'd got him covered, they got him tackled, they just kind of bounced off someone and went through, and you're just like, oh, if that hadn't have happened, how different it'd have been. But it did. So 8-8 at that point.
And then a bit of controversy. It looked like Toulouse had knocked on, but it was given as a ball steal. I know the commentary seemed to say it was some scruffy play by us, but difficult to tell.
Yeah, I mean, for the angle we were sat at, you could kind of see the play of it, and the ball came out, like usually when it's reefed, it kind of flies out, and it literally just dropped onto the floor. It dropped cold. Yeah. And again, maybe it's the pessimist in me, but was it just playing for a penalty and it worked? Because obviously, it got to lose the 2. Maybe I have got my Bradford Bull blinkers on, but it did look like a knock on, but. They go either way, these things. But yeah, another penalty kick. So that took it to 10-8 to Toulouse at that point. So again, the lead gone. And then obviously they took the lead. So yeah, frustrating. And
then, as we say, it was possibly a little against the run of play, because we felt like we had a bit of momentum there, would you say?
Yeah, it did feel like we were kind of picking up a bit. And I thought we'd maybe start getting through. We seem to be up their end of the field a bit more, making a few more metres. But yeah, not to be. I think it's, it was just very, very back and forth and very kind of penalty riddled game, which showed again at 72 minutes, because then we got a penalty the other way for a ball steal.
That was right on the line, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that converted, obviously made it 10-10. At this point, very nervy.
Yeah. So, what was that? 8 minutes to go.
8 minutes to
8
go.
minutes to go. So, very tense ending. Toulouse were sort of driving into our half again, and then we give away another penalty for a high shot. So, with 2 minutes to go, they scored the penalty, making it 10-12.
Really disappointed with that one. I thought it was just so frustrating. Like, as they call them, coach killers. Like, literally 8 minutes left, and to give away a scruffy penalty like that, just right in front of sticks, gutting. But so obviously 12-10 to Toulouse at that point. Yeah.
And then we thought there might have been a reprieve right at the death, because we were given a penalty, what was it, the 48-metre line or something?
Yeah, just over halfway, wasn't it? It was a hard ass, to be fair, for Hooley.
Hard ass. Bad weather, long kick.
Rainy, windy.
Yeah, all the pressure on you. And unfortunately, Hooley couldn't get it quite between the sticks.
I know, I did feel sorry for Hooley because obviously he'd been perfect with the boot and then obviously not his game with the boot this week. But look, it happens, doesn't it? It's far from his fault. It's
I didn't mean that. Yeah,
it was just the team performance in general, I think, wasn't as good as we'd have wanted. And I suppose you've got to look at your opposition as well and the way they played. I really think kind of it ground us down. I think it stopped us playing how we wanted to play, and I think that was ultimately the difference between the teams. Their kind of tactics worked, really. Just one of those where, I mean, it could have gone either way, but it's so frustrating. I mean, I was saying, I think at the match as well, if you look at the matches we've lost by 2 points this season, I think all but 2 have been lost by 2 points. And you just think a conversion or a penalty, or you just think, if they'd have gone either way, we'd have been flying at top of the table, but that's how it is.
Yeah, but we were saying even if that final penalty kick had been scored, it wouldn't actually have made any difference anyway to the overall result of the season, we think.
Yeah, I said that. I says, obviously, if you look at Toulouse's last matches anyway, and with being Batley and Hunslet, I do think they'd kind of tot up more points than we would at the end of the season. So even if we'd have ended with a point each, I do think ultimately we would have ended third. Or fourth, we can still end fourth, but it's not our night. I think for me, it just felt particularly gutting because again, it's one of those where if we stay third, we're going to end up the same position as the last 2 seasons. Yeah, you get your home quarter final, but then in the semi final, you have to travel to Toulouse, and it's always a tough ask. And obviously, heartbreak last season. Yeah, don't want to think about that.
And obviously not successful this week either with home advantage. So, yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen again. But I know it feels a bit like wrapping up the season. There are still 2 games to go. And
I think it feels like that because obviously it seems very unlikely. We kind of are where we are now. Like I say, though, we could go down the table, which my nephew was quite keen on doing, to be fair, controversially. He was thinking, obviously, if we finish in 4th, we might, he was assuming they were obviously going to beat us opponents in the quarterfinals, but in the semi-final, you'd then get obviously a York game. I mean, it could all change. York could totally mess up the last 2 matches and slip down the table. You never know. But yeah, as it's looking, and probably most likely, you would end up with a York semi-final, which I don't think would be much easier, to be fair. But
not much easier, but at least we could go there.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, there's some benefits if we do slip to 4th. So even if we do end up kind of slipping up on these last 2, I'm taking that as a silver lining that if we can beat the other team, whoever finishes 5th or 6th or wherever it goes, that we'd get a better semi-final. And this is the thing, like, we're sat being disappointed about this match. I think it's just because we're so excited about it, but we are in the playoffs.
Yep.
We know we're definitely 3rd or 4th, so we've definitely got a home tie. Yeah, we've definitely got a home tie. So yeah, it will be good. And obviously these last 2 matches, they do still mean something because we could still slip to 4th, and there is always the possibility rugby league can go anywhere. Toulouse or York could slip up.
It's true.
Still opportunity, but looks a little bit out of reach now, I'd say.
Oh, well. So looking through the news, we're recording early in the week again, so not too much to look at. So G was the man of the match.
Yeah, I thought that were really well deserved. To be fair, whilst we were watching, I was saying he never put a foot wrong, and he were making meters, and yeah, I thought he was brilliant. Really thought he was a well deserved man of the match. I mean, I was thinking anyway that I'd have voted him my hitman, but I was glad that he got man of the match. I think he really deserved that. Don't think there's been a hitman yet, has there? I don't know if the results come out for the hitman.
I haven't seen.
No, so a bit early in the week for that, but and also I thought at the time, obviously Lily went off quite early in the match. I did think it was because of the kind of speed of the game and because Toulouse was slowing the game down, that they brought Suter on early to try and speed that ruck speed up. But it turns out he was actually injured. So, because I did think it was funny then that he didn't come back on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. I don't know much about it. I don't know. I've not listened to the post-match reaction, to be fair, this week. So I don't know if it's a long-term thing, but I really hope that he doesn't miss out on the last couple of games, and definitely doesn't miss out on the playoffs, because that he's been an instrumental part of the season, and he's always an instrumental part of the team. And yeah, I think that'd be gutting. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that's not too serious for him.
Yeah, let's hope. There have been rumours about Bradford's profitability this year.
Yeah, it's one of those where you look at things on social media and you don't know quite what to believe, or if things are true or not. There's people who are like, yeah, they go look it up, it's correct, and then there's other people who are like, oh, you're just talking rubbish. So I'm not always sure which one it is, but yeah, it was reported that the Bulls did make quite a good profit in 2024. If that is true.
Yeah, supposedly the most profitable team in the championship. Obviously, we haven't looked into the numbers, so we can't confirm it. But if true, it's good news.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those where, obviously, being a lifelong Bradford fan and knowing the trials and tribulations of bad management and finances and such, some actual positive news about finances is a refreshing change. So if that is true, I think obviously it bodes well for the IMG scores, I'm imagining. Yep. I'm sure once the IMG scores and once the kind of decision about who's in Super League comes out in October time, we'll get a clearer picture of obviously profits we've made and stuff. But yeah, hopeful that that's true. But again, I suppose we say it's news, but it's news that's unconfirmed.
Yeah, speculation.
Yeah.
And then so this weekend, it's a journey down to the Cherry Red Records Stadium, who down in Wimbledon, down south, London Broncos.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going to London Broncos this weekend. Obviously, we're not actually going ourselves, but unless you haven't told me something, Laura.
No, fortunately, too busy this week. A bit of a trek for me down to London. So, but no, you could be going back to your roots down south.
No, yeah, it's not far from where I grew up.
Yes, London. Pretty obviously they're quite low down there in the table. The Super 8s for the League One and Championship has obviously been scrapped now because of the merger of League One and Championship. So obviously there's no risk of relegation for them, but if not, they were kind of in those positions. So they're not doing particularly well this season. I don't think with what they've got left, they can kind of pull themselves out anyway. So it'll just be playing for pride, I think, and maybe trying to get a few more points that'll help for IMG. I don't really know. So yeah, as much as they've kind of been down there, I suppose it's kind of a bit like I was saying for us with some of the matches have been quite close. They have took some of the top teams like quite far in the game and then kind of lost at the final hurdle, so to speak. So it's not one to be took for granted.
No, indeed. So, they were 6 points behind Toulouse Olympique, and, obviously York ended up thumping them, but and then only 2 points, lost by 2 points to Oldham as well. So, and indeed, they won against Batley, but does that mean anything?
Yeah, I suppose Batley are lower in the table than them, so it's not really one to look at, but... Yeah, it's kind of they've won one of the last four and lost three. But when you look at their opponents, it was Oldham, York, and Toulouse. So it was a bit of a tough ask for them at that stage in the season as well. But yeah, they're not doing too great. But like I say, they seem to up it for top sides. And
they'll be up for a giant killing, I'm sure. Yeah,
definitely. And if it obviously means hindering us getting higher in the table, might be something they want to do. But what are you thinking? What's your thoughts on this one, Alan, prediction wise?
Yeah, I think we're going to go into it strongly. I hope that this week doesn't have a hangover. But yeah, like you say, I think it could be quite close. So let's go for 16-30.
Okay. Yeah, so a win for the Bulls.
A win for the Bulls.
Win for the Bulls. Yeah, I'm hoping we kind of come back with a bit of a bounce from this week. So I'm sure the players and staff are as disappointed as we are, to be honest. But
actually, do I think they'll score 16? I don't know. He got pretty good defence. Yeah.
You're changing your mind.
10-30.
10-30.
Yeah.
Right. 10-30 we'll go for then. Yeah, because even obviously the losses that we've had, we aren't conceding too much. I think they said they don't want to concede more than 2 tries a match, and against Toulouse we didn't. But obviously the penalty kicks is what pushed them over the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be a win, but me being positive doesn't seem to help the team. So maybe I should.
Your fault, Laura.
It's my fault. I don't. No, I am still going to be a bit optimistic about this one. I do think it should be a win. I think it will be a little bit closer because, like I say, I do think they're kind of coming into their own a bit, even though it's kind of too late in the season. So I'd probably go for 20 points to 12.
Okay. Similar, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very good.
2012. Let's go for that. But obviously to the Bulls, so 12-20 if you want me to be accurate about it. But yeah, no, let's see. Hopefully we'll bounce back and we'll be a bit more cheerful next week, Alan.
Yeah. Well, alternatively, would you say it's a time to rest a load of players? Just sort of throwing that in there. Maybe this is the time just to experiment a bit, give people a bit of a break because we know, it's going to be third or fourth most likely. Is this the time to take your foot off the gas, have a break before the playoffs begin?
Yeah, it's an interesting take to have. I do think there'll be some people who think that's probably worth doing, to be fair, because, like I say, obviously the conversations we had at the match and stuff saying actually finishing in fourth will probably be better than finishing in third, not having to go to do the Toulouse if you do get through. So, yeah, it might be that that's a thought process. I can't think that will be what's thought of in the Bulls camp, though. If I was a coach, I'd be very much like, no, we put our best team out. Yeah. We try and win the games. You finish as high as you can. That would be my mentality. But yeah, be interesting to see. But I expect a similar squad. But yeah, it's an interesting take on it all.
Yeah, to be fair, I can't really see Brian No-ble, as you say, weakening his squad on purpose.
Yeah, is that something they do in football?
For different competitions, maybe, like you put a B team out.
Yeah. I suppose it's kind of same in rugby. If you're playing kind of in Challenge Cup on your lower squads and stuff, you'll give you kind of younger kids a run out, or your fringe players a run out and stuff at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but not usually
in the league,
Yeah, so no, I'm hoping we do still keep the foot on the gas. I don't think we want to get kind of relaxed with stuff. I think it'd be better to go into the playoffs with wins under our belt and feeling confident, because I think, there's risk of obviously the Toulouse match knocking confidence a bit, but let's think of it this way. I mean, it was only 2 points. A lot of it, we'd only conceded a try and they only conceded a try. It was just penalty kicks and missed conversions that resulted in the end result. So yeah, we've still got the capability to beat any team on the day. It's just, looking for that day.
And now it's time for Bull or No-ble.
Yeah, another game of Bull or No-ble. So it's my turn to give you the statements this week, Alan.
Indeed it is.
So we've gone for 2 true statements, 1 false. So we've got 2 No-bles and 1 bull. In the spirit of how I've been doing things in the past, I'm going to go for something that's relevant. So I'm going to base my questions this week on London.
I thought you might, London. But I should have done some research.
So here are the 3 statements about London. The last time Bradford lost to London was in 2022. London have won the Challenge Cup once in the history of the competition. London were relegated from Super League at the end of the 2024 season.
Okay. Well, I do know that they were in Super League in the 2024 season, or 23-24 season, I guess. And they were relegated.
So you're pretty confident on that one?
Pretty confident on that one. But you say there's only 1 bull. did you say?
Yes.
Because I was sceptical about quite a few of those, both of the other statements. So give me the first one again.
The last time Bradford lost to London was in 2022.
So I think that wouldn't be right, but I suppose they did get promoted that season 23. So that could be right. And then I don't think they've ever won the Challenge Cup. So I'm going to say that's bull.
You are correct, Alan. You won the game of Bull or No-ble this week. We don't often win them, so
No.
yes, well done. So maybe it's because it's to do with something down south that's just
probably,
just resonates with you. But yeah, so the last time Bradford lost to London was in 2022. That was correct. We lost. It was a home game for us, and we lost 30 points to 12. Ever since then, we've beaten the Broncos. So let's hope we carry on with that this week. London have never won the Challenge Cup, but they have been runners-up once.
Oh.
So they've got close, but not quite got there. And yes, London were relegated from Super League at the end of the 2024 season. I thought you might know that one because I know that when you started watching rugby and the Super League, you probably will have seen London on the telly a couple of times. So yeah, try to be a bit nicer this week. But yeah, well done, Alan. You don't win anything apart from pride.
No. But very pleased to have got a rugby question correct.
Yeah, about London rather than the Bulls, to be fair.
So that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you very much to Laura. Thank you very much for everyone for listening. And please come back.
Yeah, it's been brilliant to see that people are really interacting more. And like I say, keep the comments coming, keep listening. And yeah, we'll keep doing it as long as somebody's listening. Absolutely.
And great to see all your comments coming through and all your views on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. And don't forget to spread the word and make us grow as a podcast.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Like I say, if anybody wants to get involved, do get in touch with us. We're more than open to it. We like having guests on the show as well. So if anybody wants to be a guest, let us know. If you've got anything that you think's interesting to say or want to contribute, let us know.
And then just to say, come on you Bulls on Sunday.
Come on you Bulls this weekend. Come on, let's bounce back and get a win against the Broncos.